Welcome to part 21, my first major project as a manufacturing engineer. All right, so the company that I got my first job at, as I have said in previous videos, they were used to design engineers, but they were not really used to manufacturing engineers. And manufacturing engineers work directly with the manufacturing process. So while you have employees that are busy building the products, you have the manufacturing engineer that's actually creating the process. So, one of the projects that I had, this company had no standard work instructions. So everyone was just kind of coming in, and we call it tribal knowledge. They get trained and then they just get put out there on the floor to do the job. But there was no documentation of what the process that needed to be followed. So everybody was kind of doing their own thing, doing it how they want to do, and that does not work. That's cringy when you think about a manufacturing plant that does not have standard work instructions. So my first project was to write standard work instructions to tell each person in the manufacturing on the floor how to do their job, what they needed to do, okay? Because we needed to make sure that the process was being followed and everyone was doing the work the same way so we could avoid having any problems, okay? So then I became a manufacturer. After I became a manufacturing engineer, I was a manufacturing engineer for like a year. And then within the same company, they gave me the role of quality engineer because we had a customer that kept getting defective products. And of course, we want to keep the customers happy. And so whatever we have to do to make sure the customers are satisfied and happy, sometimes you got to get an engineer to look into what's going on. So then I became the quality engineer, and each time that we would send this particular customer their delivery, their shipment, I was the one making sure, looking all the products that we were sending to them, making sure that all the products had everything and that nothing was missing, and signing off my name as a quality engineer. This was checked. And so yeah, that was my first big project, writing standard work instructions, which was a huge undertaking. And then my boss ended up quitting 3 months into me being hired there. So, yeah, I was just writing standard work instructions. And then when he left, I became the quality engineer, and I ended up getting a new manager. And then he had different tasks that he wanted me to do. But for the most part, upon first entering engineering, that was the biggest project that I had, writing standard work instructions.